Hello, everybody. Are you chasing oneness experience right now? And you're getting very frustrated that you're not able to get it. One thing I want to tell you is that you are on the right track. Getting frustrated is one of the best things that can happen to you. But, the more you chase the experience, the farther away you are from actually experiencing oneness. So you have to stop chasing oneness experience. And I'll tell you why. Okay? Oneness is not something which it's not a different experience from what is happening right now. This is the oneness experience right now. But you are just not able to see because you don't have clarity. And why you don't have clarity? It's because your mind, the activities of your mind, it hasn't settled. So one example I'll give you is that you know the water in a lake is always water, but if it's moving, if the water is moving, and all the particles, all the soil inside the water is spread across the water because it's moving, all the dust particles. So it's not clear now, but when the movement stops and when the particles settle, then you can see that okay, this is water, this is not muddy water, it's actually just water. So it's the same here. It's always been water, this has always been oneness. It is just that we we lack the clarity to actually see this experience for what it actually is, oneness. Okay, so the more your mind is trying to attain something, the more your mind is expecting to get it, you're actually just building blocks in front of your clarity. You will have clarity when your mind is like settled, and you don't believe in your mind anymore. And to a certain degree, you might say that my mind is pretty empty right now, my mind is pretty quiet, except you are still desiring the oneness experience so much, right? And you are still believing in those thoughts, so it's not exactly quiet. It seems to be quiet, but it's not. Your mind is restless. Okay, it is moving a lot, and the only thing you want to do now is relax, surrender, accept your current experience in its totality of what it is. Don't try to experience something other than what you're experiencing now. So instead of finding the oneness experience, what you need to do is try noticing your experience. So try finding the silence or the peaceful, empty silence behind everything. So behind every sound, behind or somewhere behind your sensations. I'm not saying behind as in like behind your body, behind this empty, silent, peaceful presence pierces. It's present within your sensations also. So recognize that, and just notice that. Notice the peace behind everything. Notice the peace within everything. I feel like within is a better word. Notice the peace within everything. And notice the silence within everything. And just do that. Don't try to experience something else. And slowly, your mind will start to settle. And when you do this, what happens is when you also notice the silence behind a chaotic mind, like this is you and this is your mind, right? But see that there is this peaceful presence even behind or even within a chaotic mind, and try to notice that presence and be in that silence, and that will do it for you. So basically what I'm saying is surrender. Completely surrender to your current experience, okay? Don't expect for anything else. And you might think that, okay, if I don't do any practice, or if I don't try to get it, then I might not get it, or I might lose. It's not gonna happen, okay? Because you won't gain anything other than whatever is happening right now. You'll just see that whatever is happening right now is the oneness experience, and you just did not have the clarity. So how to gain clarity is by settling down our mind. Talking about frustration, right? Frustration is actually very good. It's amazing if you're frustrated, because the more you're frustrated with your thoughts, or with your mind, or with some other experience, with the oneness experience, the more you are capable of letting go. At one point you'll be so frustrated that you'll be like, fuck this, and you'll just surrender. So frustration can actually lead to surrender, okay? So it's a good thing. So whenever you feel frustrated, don't try to avoid it, just feel it completely. Be frustrated, let that energy just flow through you, and don't look at it as a bad thing, because frustration will lead to surrender. The more you're frustrated, the more you'll be like, okay, the more you will lose your personal doership sense, because now you're just letting go. I'm like done. And when in that like defeated, kind of a sweet defeated done state, I'm done, then comes peace, because now it's all good and it's all fine, it's all okay. Yeah. So instead of chasing oneness, just know that this is already oneness, okay? But you are not able to see it because you don't have the clarity. And that's it. And to gain clarity, you have to let the mind settle. And if it's not settling right away, don't worry, okay? Just let it do its thing. You just keep noticing your experience. Notice everything in your experience, every object of your experience, for awareness. So your awareness, your bodily sensations is an object of experience for your awareness. Every sound that come in, all of that is an object of experience. This whole bright field, the space which you're aware of, this whole bright field within which all of these objects seem to be, that is also this one object of experience that you're aware of. Don't try to differentiate between physical objects. Don't try to differentiate between this case and this, and don't try to find yourself within these things. Just see that. Don't think about these particular objects at all. Just take this whole bright field as a complete one object. And so this is one object of experience, and in this whole experience, these sensations is another object of experience. Then sounds are other objects of experience. Then your thoughts are other objects of experience. And whatever happens, whatever experience you are aware of, is all divine, because everything is coming from consciousness. So you have to stop resisting any experience that you might have, and just surrender to everything. Just start surrendering to everything. Okay, even when you have resistance within your body, even when you think that I'm not able to surrender because there is resistance, my mind is also resisting, so that is also divine, okay? That is also coming from consciousness, so surrender to that as well. Surrender to resisting, and if you can't surrender to that resistance, surrender to the sense that you can't surrender to it. So just let everything happen and let everything just go. Yeah, so this is for today's video, and peace.